All right, let's talk about something huge, something that's kind of stuck in the dark ages, even though it powers our whole economy. I'm talking about commercial trucking insurance. It's, well, it's a mess of paperwork. But there's a change coming, a big one. And it all starts with this one kind of shocking number.
87%. Seriously, just think about that number for a second. It's not just a random stat, it's the key. It's the key to unlocking this massive problem that's been slowing down the American trucking industry for years. So, what in the world is it?
So, when we talk about that 87%, you're probably not thinking of the giant corporate fleets, right? The ones with their logos plastered on hundreds of trucks. Nope. This is about the little guys, the owner-operators, the family businesses running just a handful of trucks. I mean, these folks are the absolute lifeblood of our supply chain, and they make up this huge chunk of the market. But for some reason, they've been totally ignored. Okay, so there's a name for this group. In the insurance biz, they call it the non-fleet market. It's pretty simple, really. It just means any trucking business that's operating 5 or fewer vehicles. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. And this is where it gets kind of weird, right? You've got this massive market, 87%. So you'd think the big insurance companies would be falling over themselves to get a piece of that pie, but they're not. So the big question is, why? Why on earth would they just walk away from so many customers? I know, it sounds nuts, but it's true. The biggest players in insurance, they actively avoid this market. And the reason? Well, it's almost laughably old school. It's basically a paper and pencil problem trying to survive in a digital age. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. It really boils down to 2 things. First, the processing. Imagine the sheer volume of paperwork, trying to handle thousands and thousands of tiny policies. It's a total logistical nightmare. And second, it's the money, specifically collecting it. Having to chase down tons of small payments from all these different businesses, man, it just eats up time and resources. For a giant corporation, the math just doesn't add up. It's not worth the headache. So, when the big guys step back, it doesn't just create a void. It creates this domino effect of problems. It trickles all the way down and hits everyone in the chain, from the insurance agent in the office to the actual driver behind the wheel. So, what does this actually look like for real people? In the real world, what are the actual day-to-day headaches caused by this ancient insurance model?
Yeah, let's put ourselves in the shoes of the person this hurts the most, the small fleet owner, the one who's just trying to run their business and keep their trucks moving. For them, this isn't just annoying. It's a genuine roadblock to their success.
So picture this. You run a small trucking business. Right off the bat, you have to fork over a massive down payment just to get insured. That's a huge hit to your cash flow. Then, say you get a new contract and need to add another truck. You'd think that'd be simple, right? Wrong. You're suddenly drowning in forms, waiting days, maybe weeks for approvals. It feels like you're fighting the system every single step of the way. Okay, so that's the trucker. But what about the insurance agencies? The folks who are supposed to be the middlemen? You might think they're doing great, but honestly, they're caught in the exact same mess. I mean, their whole day is spent just chasing money, trying to collect deposits, handling billing issues. Every time a trucker adds or removes a truck, it's another mountain of manual adjustments. And all the while, they're on the phone with angry clients who just want to get on the road. It's a total productivity killer. Okay, so the system is broken. But what if you could just scrap the whole thing and start over? What if you built something from the ground up, designed specifically for this 87%? Well, that's where this new digital-first idea comes in. And it's trying to fix this mess once and for all. And one company is doing just that. They're called Integrated Digital Insurance Agency, or IDI for short. They basically looked at this huge ignored market and said, hey, we can build something better. They built a platform that tackles every single one of the problems we've just talked about. And really, when you compare the old way to the new way, it's like night and day. The old way, it's all about big deposits, mountains of manual paperwork, and agencies playing debt collector. The new way throws all that out. Think of it more like a subscription. Everything's automated. The fleet owners can hop online and manage their own stuff in real time. And the agencies, they're finally freed up to actually sell insurance instead of just pushing paper. All right, so that's the big idea. Sounds great, right? But how does it actually work? Like, what are the mechanics of turning this tangled analog mess into something smooth and automatic? Well, it really comes down to 3 game-changing steps. First, and this is huge, you put the power in the hands of the fleet owner. No more phone calls, no more faxes. They just log into a website, add a truck, remove a truck, boom, it's done.
The premium adjusts right then and there. All that friction, gone. Step 2, automate the payments. It works just like your Netflix subscription. This totally solves the cash flow problem for the trucker, and it completely wipes out that collections nightmare for the agency. And finally, step 3. Everything is crystal clear. At the end of the month, the agency gets a simple report, it's called Aboard a Row, that shows all the payments and their commission. No more guesswork. It's a win for the trucker, a win for the agency, and honestly, a win for the insurance carrier too. And if there's one core concept to take away here, it's this: pay before insure. It sounds so simple, but that one change is revolutionary. It completely gets rid of the whole accounts receivable problem, that whole chasing money thing, for everyone involved. It fundamentally rewires the financial plumbing of the whole industry.
So, when you boil it all down, what's the real lesson here? It's the power of building something for a specific need. Instead of trying to cram this huge market into a system that was never designed for them, this is about creating a solution that was tailor-made for them from the very beginning.
And that really makes you think, doesn't it? This whole story, it's about trucking insurance, yeah, but it's really just one example. It's the tip of the iceberg. It makes you wonder, how many other huge, important industries are out there, just like this one, totally stuck in the past, just waiting for someone to come along and flip the digital switch?